Welcome to the Hachiro Yuasa Memorial Museum. We are located on the campus of ICU, or the International Christian University. We opened in June 1982 to commemorate the contributions made by the late Dr. Hachiro Yuasa, the first president of ICU. We welcome students, faculty, as well as the general public. Our main collection consists of folk art items and prehistoric materials which are on display in our regular and special exhibition rooms. As you make an approach to the reception, you will be asked to sign in by writing your name, student ID, or the country you are from. Various information and museum goods such as catalogs and postcards are available here. Although admission is free, there is a contribution box where you can make a donation. Every gift builds up to enrich our collection and activities. And this is the entrance hall. Here, you are welcome to gaze at the garden or to spare some time for reading. This is the standard layout of this multi-purpose space, but it can be changed to house up to 100 people when we hold our open lectures. Also, classes may be held for students enrolled in the museum practice course of the university's curatorial training program. Before the regular exhibition room for the Japanese folk art collection, you will see panels introducing Dr. Yuasa. This is Dr. Yuasa smiling with a piece of pottery in his hands. Although he specialized in entomology, he was inspired by Yanagi Muneyoshi and his Mingei movement and became a collector of traditional Japanese handcrafted items. He donated some 6,500 items to the university, which then became the foundation of our collection. On the east side of the building is the Mingei exhibition room. Currently on display is a life-size model of the one-mat room of Taizanso. Taizanso is a complex of buildings and a garden designated as tangible cultural properties preserved on the ICU campus. The original one-mat room was created as a private study in 1886 by Matsuura Takeshiro, a 19th century explorer known for naming Hokkaido, the northernmost island of Japan. It is a unique structure assembled with old pieces of wood from historic temples and shrines nationwide, which were donated to Takeshiro. The original room cannot be visited due to preservation and safety reasons, so this model was created to make possible public access while giving consideration to preserving the cultural asset. Across from the one-mat room are Japanese folk art items, including the staircase chest and imbande plates made by applying decoration on ceramics using stencils and transfers. Thanks to the elevator installed 3 years ago, now the museum is wheelchair accessible. Dr. Yuasa, in his late years, became an avid collector of imbande ware and set a goal of collecting 2,000 items, which he carefully sketched and registered in 6 notebooks. This is a 3-dimensional map of the ICU campus. Located on the southern part of the campus is Taizanso. In the display case is the layout of the building and the landscape of Taizanso. As you take a close look and go down the bluff, the red arrow indicates the one-mat room that was mentioned earlier. The area is off-limits, but it is available for viewing once a year during the ICU festival. Those who wish to see the site can make reservations for tours conducted by students of the Taizanso project. Up ahead is the display case for Professor's Treasures. It was organized in January of 2020, so these are the first of the treasures loaned to the museum by 2 ICU professors. On the right are treasures of Dr. Henri Morimoto, Professor of Christianity and Religion, who also served as the former director of the Yuasa Museum. The rare book, translated into Japanese by Jonathan Edwards, is the first edition which he encountered in the U.S. during his young years. Next is the portrait and book of Mori Arimasa, a philosopher who passed away just before giving lectures at ICU. On the left side of this section is a rare hanging scroll owned by Dr. William M. Steele, Professor Emeritus of ICU. It is a scroll written by Katsukaishu, one of the influential figures of the late Edo period. Dr. Steele received this scroll when he was studying at ICU as an exchange student, and it was this item that eventually made him decide to proceed with his studies in modern Japanese history. Details of how he acquired the scroll can be found in his recent publication. We plan to display new items as we discover more treasures, hoping to introduce features of professors different from how you know them in classrooms. Also on the first floor are chests from various areas of Japan, as well as Banks Florilegium on loan from the ICU library. These are also part of the regular exhibition available for viewing. The main room on the second floor is designated for special exhibitions. For the spring term, we were planning to hold a photograph exhibition entitled Memories of Ritual Prayer on Miyako Island. But unfortunately, we were unable to open the museum due to COVID-19, and the exhibition was canceled. Along the wall are posters of our past exhibitions. The latest was the 116th exhibition, so what you see are those from the first 15 years of all posters which were designed by the museum staff. You are now standing at the entrance of the special exhibition room. For the spring exhibition, we displayed 179 photographs of Miss Uwai and Mr. Higa, two photographers who were able to capture the rare moments of the rituals on Miyako Island of Okinawa Prefecture in the 1970s. Normally, we plan our exhibitions by featuring items from our collection, but this exhibition was different in a way that it was co-curated with Dr. Sachio Fujita Round with the cooperation of Mabui Gumi Committee. As we were not able to welcome visitors to the museum, we have produced short videos introducing this exhibition, so if you are interested, please visit our website. Each year, 3 special exhibitions are held in this room. We will walk you through the ones held in the 2019 academic year. First was the world of 19th century Japan as seen in satirical prints. Nearly 60 ukiyo-e prints included items from our collection and those entrusted to the museum. From September to November of 2019, bedding items such as futon, pillows, along with lighting devices from our collection were shown under the title Yagu, Japanese bedding items. We displayed about 50 items made during the late 19th century to the late 20th century. From January to March 2020 was Exploring Hidden ICU Collections. On display were Japanese crafts collected by Dr. and Mrs. Donald Othmer, who greatly contributed to the development of ICU. We displayed Christmas plates designed by the Othmers, ukiyo-e prints, tsuba sword guards, and bronze mirrors, counting as many as 140. The west side of the building is allocated for archaeological materials, the other important collection of the museum. Displayed are artifacts of the Paleolithic period to the Jomon period, which have been excavated on the ICU campus. On the second floor, you will see Jomon pottery, tools in rituals, and a uniquely shaped dogu figurine from the late Jomon period. The most important items excavated on campus are materials of the Nogawa site found along the Nogawa River. The site is currently part of the Nogawa Park, but it used to be part of the ICU campus. Some people remember it as being ICU's golf course. In 1970, as many as 4,000 materials were excavated under the project led by Dr. J. Edward Kidder, an archaeologist and the first director of this museum. The site greatly contributed to the Paleolithic studies in Japan. Going down to the first floor, you will see the archaeological section classified by periods. Most of the artifacts we exhibit at the Yuasa Museum are from the earliest to the late Jomon periods. On the left wall is the actual 9-meter sample of the cross-section of the Kanto loam taken from the Musashidai site in Fuchu City. The large piece of display in the center of the room is the remains of a pit dwelling of the Middle Jomon period found on the ICU campus. Here, the floor has been reproduced, which uses paved stones with a fire pit in the middle, but without pillar holes. It is said to be the residence of a family that presided over rituals. And here you will find the open storage. This room is designed to store some of our collection while displaying them as well. All visitors are welcome to see the displayed items during opening hours, unless meetings and research sessions are scheduled. Katagami paper stencils and ukiyo-e prints are among the various items stored here, as well as folk art items from overseas collected by Dr. Yuasa. The glass cases near the entrance are used to show materials that are changed periodically. Now on display are ukiyo-e prints depicting the national industrial expositions of the Meiji period. Neatly displayed and stored along the innermost wall are soba noodle cups, an important part of Dr. Yuasa's collection. Some 300 cups of different periods and of many motifs show how he loved collecting them. We also have a bookshelf for references, including books, annual reports, and bulletins. In addition to the displayed storage, some of our ukiyo-e prints and materials entrusted to us by the ICU library are kept safely as well. Now we are back to where we started, so this concludes the tour of the Yuasa Museum. The museum is currently closed, but we are waiting for the day when everyone can come back on campus and drop by to see our collection. We hope to see you very soon.